Welcome to Get to Know the Speakers of Digital Confex. Today we have with us Anjali Dutta, Head of Experience Design and Digital Studio at Tech Mahindra. She will be joining as keynote speaker on the topic Leading Beyond Walls and also as panelist on the topic Why Digital Transformation Fails during the 4th IT Confex happening in Crown Plaza, New Delhi on 22nd August 2026. Hi Anjali, welcome to the chat show.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Anjali, can you please give us a brief introduction of yourself and your field of expertise for the audience?
Sure. I specialize in designing digital studios, so rather I would call, center of excellence, right? Which has technology and creativity all together. You can consider them as an agency within the bigger IT organization. That definitely means that I will have to work with people which are different, right? People who think very binary and people who think quite, colorful, which are creative people, right? And I've been connecting both technology and creative people together and, ensure the designing of solutions that we are doing are really resonating with end customer. And that's it.
Amazing, Anjali. So, I'm having a few questions for you today. So, my first question is how much investment was done in reskilling and capability building?
Yeah. So investment is again twofold, right? Investment is how much companies are investing in individual to upskill and train themselves, right? And because clients definitely want, because all the individuals who are working on their products and their services need to be trained on new skills and technology, right? So companies are forced to ensure their people are upskilled, right? Second, which is very, very important, is how much we are investing in ourselves, right? Which is both time and our own personal space to upskill our own self. Until unless we don't invest in ourselves, right, no external force, right, can actually make any change, right? So that's very important. So if your specific question is in terms of how much we are spending, organization will continue to spend money on people and ensure trainings are provided, but it is up to people to actually take advantage of the trainings which are given, right? And also spend their own personal time to explore and upskill their own self, right? And that will be my answer to your question.
I
We can
highly
put
agree
dollar
with you.
values,
Right.
yeah, we can put dollar values, right? But it won't make any sense until as we want to invest time, our own time and our own, attach our own passion towards that new skill.
Absolutely. So, were end users involved in designing new processes?
See, again, we are moving from you know upskilling to defining new processes, right? So defining new processes 100% yes, end users need to be actually involved or considered, rather I would say, right? Because what is the point of actually coming up with a new process? The new process means you want to bring some operational excellence, right? You want to ensure the customer satisfaction is actually met. But until unless you understand what are the problems of the people are or the impacted individuals are, you won't be able to design any solution that will work, right? So, and that can be your own internal people, it can be the external customers as well. So, ensure that you at least have some information about what are their motivators, what are their concerns, what are their fears. Until as you don't know them, until as you know them, sorry, you won't be able to make any change or design any solution. Second part, which is very important, while all the organization focus on getting that initial information, but while they move into designing solutions, they actually lose track of what was the real problem, right? So ensure during the innovation cycle and also the design cycle and implementation cycle, you are still keeping an eye on what was the problem I was trying to solve for, right? What is the impact it's going to have on the individuals who will be using these products? As long as you have that clarity from the start till the end, you have the game in hand. Yeah.
Right, absolutely. If digital transformation is fundamentally about changing how value is created, why do so many organizations just focus more on tools than behavior?
So again, we need to understand what value are we talking about and whose value are we talking about, right? So is it the value we are saying of the end customer that is what is more important for me, or we are saying, okay, what kind of value I'm actually bringing within for the people within the organization, right? So uh, again, as I said, right, we, even if for end customer, it is very important to understand, okay, what is that individual's behavior, right, which will be impacted or altered using this new tool. Am I actually adding more cognitive load that people won't be able to actually use my tool easily? They will struggle, right? while you think it's a right innovation that I'm doing, and you have tested with a smaller sample size, but you have to really figure out, okay, what are those different people or different age group from different demography? How will they be using the new thing that you are coming up with? Is it too difficult? Right? That change is very difficult for people to actually accept, right? So you need to definitely understand what is normal behavior of an individual, right? That will be impacted by this new innovation that you're bringing in. Now, let me quote you an example, right? I hope all of us we love this Maggie ketchup, right?
Yes.
Maggie ketchup. So many years ago, there was an ad on Maggie ketchup that was about, you know, what's there in the Maggie, right? It was never revealed on your television ad. Every time the ad used to end with, you know, it's different, with a statement called it's different. Now, what does that mean? It actually, taps on human behavior, which is of exploratory thinking, right? You want to always experience something, explore something, and have your own orientation and explanation of what it feels like, right? So they use the same concept, that you get into the world, experience it, and then define what it stands for, right? Hence, it's different, right? So, as we are defining any transformation function, we need to ensure that we are keeping an eye on human behavior, right? What their worries are, what their concerns are, what their limitations are, what are their, positive, emotions, and then design something. Yeah.
So, how do you actually distinguish temporary disruption from actual transformation failure?
Uh, See, again, a temporary disruption means, there are a lot of news happening, right? A lot of new innovations keeps happening, right? You keep, hearing it, and then all of a sudden you get excited and you said, okay, fine, I want to really get implemented into my new world, right? Without even understanding what is that a new innovation going to be impacting your business, right?
Yes.
And how and where it's going to be impacting your business. If you really keep, getting excited and implementing things, you will be creating a world of silos, right? Well, there'll be a lot of tools, and none of the tools will actually make sense. Ultimately, what are we trying to achieve? We want ultimate client satisfaction, right? Customer satisfaction. You can only achieve it when you understand what is this new tool will be doing when I inject into my new world, right? Or my existing world, sorry, right? If I may say, right? So you need to understand your existing workflow, and then figure out, if I inject this new thing, what is the value it's going to bring it? What is the impact of that particular addition? Yeah. And then you will be able to be very thorough about it, right? Am I reacting to a new thing that came over, or I'm very logical in terms of what is the overall impact to my business?
Right.
Yeah.
I think
Understood.
nowadays, since we are seeing a lot of new startups coming up, it is really important for our new entrepreneurs to actually focus on this. So, really loved your take on it. And so, let's move on to the rapid fire round. What was the funniest tech failure or glitch you have ever experienced?
Again, as I said, right, it's all about how you take things, right? For example, I can tell you, I was doing something and I moved to a new Microsoft version of Outlook, right? And I was trying to figure out the search button. I was so much into my thoughts, I really did not realize the search button was right in front of my eyes, but it was on the top instead of being on the right. So that's funny. It's all about, what is your state of mind? Where are you, right? And then you yourself invent funny things, right? Technology hasn't done anything wrong there.
Absolutely. So, how do you balance innovation with personal well being?
We are the user of innovations, to be very precise, right? For example, today we have this internet, right? We always use internet. It is up to us to define, right? What is my screen time? Which is basically, out of 24 hours, am I actually spending 16 hours doing screen time? And is it appropriate use of my time? Am I logically reading and learning something or doing something, or I'm just passing time watching reels, right? So innovation, again, has nothing to do. Innovations will keep happening, but we who are the users of those innovative products and services need to be careful about, need to define and introspect what is good for me and what is not, right? So how do I ensure I'm not, although I'm a technology person, my life is all about information technology, right? But I give myself a break. I want to be away from internet. I want to be away from laptops and my phone, and spend time with nature. And that's how I keep myself as, truly human.
That's actually very wonderful since nowadays all of us are more into laptops, AIs, mobile phones, reels. So it is very important to actually connect with the nature because when we were kids, we were actually doing all of these when mobile phones were not even there. So I think nowadays, when the new kids are just growing up with the phones, it is very important to just separate it from our personal lives and start talking, socializing with everyone. So, what
That's a very interesting
skills?
thing. And I'll just add, I think this later part of the conversation is getting more interesting, right, than the technology thing we were talking
Right,
about. So one day I woke up in the morning, I went to my terrace to actually do a little bit of a walk. And the previous night there was a thunderstorm, right? And I noticed, right, that, we have this there was a plant, right? And with long leaves, right? And the leaves are actually chopped very nicely, very artistically. But there is, then it really made me wonder, right? That who is the biggest artist? Are we the biggest artist, or the AI the bigger artist, or there's a nature which knows that magic, right? Because that entire leaf was actually shaped and designed so beautifully with very symmetrical cuts, right? It kept me wonder how much time do we even spend to observe that thing of nature, right? That
right.
keeps us human.
Amazing. Like it actually happens, just if you're making that symmetrical artistic shape leaf on your Canva or using any AI tool, and then actually watching it in real life made by nature itself, that experience is actually very different. So I can feel how you must have felt that time. So, moving forward, what skills will be most valuable for future tech professionals?
That's a great question. Huh? Just connect with nature. As you said, what you just said actually gave me a very interesting thing, right? You said we use Canva and other tools to actually create leaf. But do you really know how many type of shapes of leaves are actually available? How many types of plants are there, right?
Right,
Until unless you know that, you cannot capture that or create that in a digital form, right? Digital was capturing things that, see, as humans, right? We see things around and we want to capture it and keep it with us, right? We have this kind of thing. And we came up with this digital thing, which will actually keep capturing the moments that we have actually enjoyed. Now, what we are doing, we're doing the other way around. Create the moment that we don't know, right? And then go to the nature and then experience
right,
the thing, right? And then figure out, oh my God, AI gave me the right answer, right? This is exactly how it feels, right? Rather, I have felt something. Now I want to give that back to the tool that he understand what it means to be loved, what it means to be with nature, what it means to actually enjoy the sunshine, right? Yes.
So
So
thank you,
that's
Anjali.
the
It
one, right?
was, actually very wonderful session. It was great connecting with you, knowing about your preferences, your take on technology, and especially nature, of course. So I'm very thrilled with your excitement to join our conference. So any word for our participants who will be joining the conference?
Yeah, but please join this. It's going to be interesting. There'll be a lot of great speakers sharing their experiences. So do come over and listen and also share your, experiences as well.
Thank you for your time today, Anjali. And to all the participants, don't miss a session happening on 4th IT Conference on 22nd August in Crown Plaza, New Delhi. Get great chance to connect with her in person. See you soon, Anjali.
Thank you.